At some point in your life, you have probably felt stressed, and those around you could most likely tell. Today, we're going to consider Drosophila, the fruit fly, that tiny little pest that invades your kitchen. We will explore when they become stressed, how others know, and why you should care. Just like all of us, flies become stressed when they feel they're in an uncomfortable or even a dangerous situation. Picture this. Fred the fly has found a beautiful banana sitting on the counter in your kitchen. Now you walk in and you notice that same banana. As you reach for it, Fred is going to see your hand and assume that it will crush him. This causes Fred to become stressed. Now Fred may have a friend close by, and we'll name her Phyllis. Fred, being the good friend that he is, can warn Phyllis of this potential danger, of course that danger being you. He does this using smell. When Fred became stressed, he released an odor that Phyllis can smell, causing her to fly away. But how can an odor be so informative to Phyllis that it causes her to leave the area? The odor that Fred released is made up of a mixture of molecules that, when smelled by Phyllis, trigger messages to be sent throughout her brain, instructing her to fly away. But before we can understand those messages, we need to identify what those molecules are. So far, we know that carbon dioxide is one molecule in the odor, but it isn't enough on its own to inform Phyllis to fly away. And so Fred's odor most likely contains multiple molecules coming together to trigger that flight message. This is where my research comes in. I have found a way to trap Fred's odor so I can study all of the molecules in it. And this will bring us one step closer to knowing how these little pests communicate with each other, but also how we can use that to communicate with them. Now, ladies and gentlemen, by a show of hands, how many of you enjoy ending the day with a nice glass of wine? Well, too bad. Flies love the grapes used to make your wine. And so heavy pesticide use is required to protect our grapes. But I don't think any of us appreciate a dose of pesticide in our favorite evening drink. By exploiting the mixture of molecules produced by stressed flies, we can use this to communicate with them and tell Fred and Phyllis to stay away from our grapes. Fewer pests means decreased damage to crops, reducing the cost of production while also decreasing the amount of harmful products making their way into your glass. Cheers, everyone.